the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, a wonderful and chilly Thursday evening to you, race fans. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage of the Elite Performance Industries Hoosier Open Wheel Series. Tonight, we come to you from Limland Motorsports Park. 19 410 wingless sprint cars have checked in for the action, and right now Bryce Lucius is showing the way in the warm-up session, 11.79 seconds, clipping it around here pretty good. Rylan Gray, just a tick off of him, 1/100th of a second. Jacob Denny, just a slight bit behind that. Then it's Ethan Hui and James the Dirt Track Terror Tiernan in the top 5 for the practice session. Looking to see if some more drivers are going to wheel in here, unload some cars, and getting ready to do battle. Two shows for you tonight, guys. Got the wingless cars right here. We get done with these guys, we will pause for the cause, jump over, and get to the second show, which is going to be the Netcode Esports Mighty Midget Series. They have a single show tonight for you. Those guys, those midgets, having a lot of fun with them and putting on a pretty good show. Been a lot of fun to watch a bunch of these guys get through. You're going to see some names in here tonight that we see on a pretty regular basis. Wade Fields, Craig Silby, Rusty Kruger, the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan in the house. Alex Straczynski. We already talked about Gray and Lucius at the top of the practice chart. Trevor Royer in here. So it looks like we have wound down the practice session, ready to go to qualifying. So we will keep an eye on some of these guys here in the qualifying session. Right now, looking at Jacob Denny rolling out. We're going to jump over to James Tiernan here in just a moment. Denny right around the top of the speedway down in 1 and 2. He probably will do the same down here in 3 and 4. Gets the car pitched in. Comes out on a pretty good line. Lap number 1 for Jacob Denny. 12:04. James Tiernan. Not quite that quick. Bryce Lucius out on the track. We'll take a look at Bryce, the 32 machine right here. Second and final qualifying lap. He goes across the line, loses a spot as Wade Fields picks up to second quick. 12:07. 12:04, the best so far. Rusty Krug, Trevor Royer on track. Let's go check out Royer's lap. Royer rolling it out. Oh, this is Chase Hodge. Excuse me, Chase Hodge. Rolling it out. Cody Terry in the house tonight. I haven't seen Cody on track in a while, but Straczynski and Royer already on track. Straczynski a little sideways right there out of turn 4. Jumps across the line, 12:53, so way down to the speed chart. Trevor Royer also far down the speed chart. Mason Hannigan just now rolling out that number 1. He'll bring the 1X out of turn number 4. Posts his first lap time, 12:24, good enough for 12th quick. We'll see if Hannigan can pick things up on the second lap. He is the last car to get time. And he streaks across the stripe. 12:21, picks up a little, but only good enough for 8th quick. So all 19 cars have taken time this evening. So we'll get the drivers ready, start splitting them off into heat race groups. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Don't care if you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. If you're ever on trouble, make sure you hit the subscribe button until we can figure out how to get that chat going where we can see you in our live chat. We don't know if anybody's even over there watching, but if you are, hit subscribe. You'll know every time we go live. 8 shows over 5 nights. It is time for heat race and number 1 to grid out on the front stretch for us. They're going to line up like this. It's going to be Darren Anderson on the pole in the 95 car. Next to him, going to be the 81 of Ryland Gray. Daniel Lindsay, the 5 car, inside row number 2, next to Jacob Denny. Denny, quick qualifier for the evening. The 4 car invert in the heat races. He will start outside that second row. And then on the back row, all by his lonesome, the 55 car of Chase Hodge. Results still up from the qualifying session, so we'll get a quick erase on those, a reset, and we'll come right back. There we go. Just wait. I believe we're waiting on the pole sitter. Nope. Popped in. We're ready to go. Gonna roll them off. All right, one more time around. We'll get the green flag, and next time out of turn number 4. Only 8 laps for our heats, 12 laps if we have a consolation. And then a big 30-lap A-main. It'll go by quick. These guys clipping them off at 13 seconds. So 30 laps will go by in just a matter of moments. Race time as they come out of turn number 4. Anderson.
Green flag.
Getting them going. Green flag in the air. Going to spread out 3 wide in a big hurry. Down the back stretch and into 3 and 4. Denny grabbed the lead. He'll lead lap number 1. Car backwards out of 4. I think he's going to keep it going. He's just going to be quite a ways behind. As he just flipped it around and kept it rolling. They'll get across the line with 6 to go. Denny, Anderson, Gray, Lindsay, Hodge. Chase Hodge was the car that had problems at the end of lap number 1. Through 1 and 2. Once again, you can see Denny running right through the middle, just above the very center line of the corner. He's starting to get away from these guys, almost out to 7/10. Ryland Gray now has brought the 81 up into the second spot, and he is running right up by the fence. About 2/3 of the way through the corner, then drops it down the banking, gets all that run. And he is holding station, actually starting to close in just a little. He's going to run out of laps before he gets the real estate pulled back to him. 1 and 2 for these guys. Denny, Gray, then Anderson in the third and final direct transfer spot. I think everybody's going to the feature tonight, so they don't have to really worry about that. But closer you can finish the front of your heat race, closer you start in the feature. And we're going to come out of 3 and 4. Heat number 1. That's going to go to Jacob Denny, then Ryland Gray. Darren Anderson, Dano Lindsay, and Chase Hodge will round out the field. So 1 in the books. We'll look at Heat 2. They'll line up like this. The 8 of Isaac Soros in on the pole in row number 1 on the inside there. James Tiernan, the Dirt Track Terror, starts on the outside of the front row. Then Zach Jurczyk, the 01 inside row number 2, next to the 71 of Wade Fields. And shotgun in this one, the 54, familiar red car. That will be Cody Terry. So they'll get around behind the pace truck 1 more lap. And we'll get Heat 2 going. Everybody transferring through into tonight's A main. So we are merely racing for our starting positions here. Pace truck down in 3 and 4. Just waiting for Isaac Soros to get a starter. He does just that. Coming out of 4, green flag in the air. And they go 3 wide almost immediately down to 1 and 2. Contact there. That's going to be Tiernan. He got a little out of shape. Got his left rear up on the, or left front up on the right rear of Jurczyk's car. And Zach will let him go for a little ride. Jurczyk able to hang on to third as Fields got around. Tiernan is still 4th, and Cody Terry back in 5th. Terry, about the only car that is really staying locked down to the bottom now. Goes right up to the middle. Now cuts the car down on exit. But Soros out front. He's got company. Here comes Wade Fields. Fields looks to the inside. Slide job out of 1 and 2. He's going to grab the spot as Soros got tucked in behind him. So Wade Fields at the halfway point in heat number 2 has the lead. Soros closing in close. Likely setting something up for a slide job here. Here comes Tiernan. Tiernan looking for the slide job on Jurczyk. Well, lap 1 incident not going to deter the Dirt Track Terror for a second. He's going to go for it right here in 3 and 4. Wasn't quite sure, I don't think, where Jurczyk was, and he didn't go all the way out to the fence, but he still makes the pass. He moves to 3rd. Now looking at 2nd. We're coming around. A white flag coming out this time. Fields in front. The battles for 2nd. Tiernan on the bottom. Soros hanging on the top. Car length separating the 2 into 3 and 4. They'll come out of 4. Fields will win it. Soares will hang on for a second. Then Tiernan, Jurczyk, and Terry are rounding things out. All right. Heat 3 getting ready to grid out on the front stretch for us. They'll line up like this. It's going to be the Kiwi conqueror, Craig Silby, on pole. And next to him, Rusty Kruger. Landon Crawley will start inside of row number 2 next to Bryce Lucius. Lucius was quickest in practice. And via the invert ends up in that 4th invert position in this 3rd heat. And then the 23 of Alex Rosinski going to start on the back of our 3rd heat. I think we're going to have a 4th heat here in just a moment. The guys are ready to go green the next time we come through here in 3 and 4. Landon Crawley trying to see if there's any kind of grip up there, up along the top. Craig Silby, Rusty Kruger ready to get things started. On the throttle, side by side. Good start for both drivers. Out of 2 and down the backstretch, side by side for 3rd as Silby and Kruger go 1-2. Now Crawley grabs the 3rd spot, but Lucius trying to take it back, comes across the front, little tappity tap with the right rear and the left front. Here comes Kruger for the lead. It's Kruger. Smooth on the top side, grabs the front position. Bryce Lucius tucked right in behind. Following in the tire track, Silby still hanging on to 2nd, slicing and dicing to the top 3 right now. Slider line for Lucius, pinched it off in the center because Kruger was on the top side. That held Silby down a little bit. Halfway point now, Kruger bumps the fence in 1 and 2, opens things up for Lucius. Puts him side by side with Silby. Crawley right in this. The top 4 all over each other. There's contact. Silby getting a little out of shape. He and Kruger making contact. They're both going to be able to grab the cars up and save them. Now contact again. Tire to tire contact down 3 and 4. They get Crawley involved. Here comes Straczynski. Big shakeups, and all the while Bryce Lucius driving away. He's going to get to the white flag first with Silby 2nd, Straczynski 3rd. And Kruger now back and forth. But Bryce Lucius works his way to the point, grabs the win in Heat 3. Silby and Straczynski in the A main off of transfer spots with him, and I'm sure Kruger and Crawley are coming through as well, as we'll have 1 more heat. As the drivers start to line up, going to beat Trevor Royer, the 90, on pole. The 52 of Ethan Way beside him, and then the little Hurricane Mason Hannigan inside of row number 2. Next to Vinny Sansone. Sansone, I did not see Vinny's name in the qualifying, but Sansone in here, the 80 machine are ready to go. So, final heat race. Final set of cars on track before we get to all of our minor and major mains tonight. All right. Green this time out of 4. We'll get ready to put the heat races to bed. Green flag in the air. We're underway. Royer Jumped to the front, went straight to the top, slammed the door on Ethan Way. Way going to work around Hannigan as Hannigan went to the low side. Now Way with the slider in 3 and 4 across the nose of the 90. He leads lap number 1. Royer battling back. They're going to be 3 wide down the backstretch, second, third, and fourth. Sansone tried to thread the needle. Now the in-between cars on that slider line had to check it up. And they're staying stacked up again. Way on the bottom, Sansone in the middle, Hannigan on the top. Hannigan prevails, grabs second away. And now Ethan working down on the bottom, and he's got the car rolling, able to maintain in the corners, but just too much momentum on the top side for Hannigan, and Hannigan's going to start to inch away. Here comes Sansone around the top. Used to seeing Sansone run on the bottom. Tonight looks like he's able to make the top work here at Lima. We're going to have a battle for the lead. It looks like it's going to be a 3-car battle for the lead. Royer on top with the momentum, keeps the lead for the time being. They come out of 4-2 to go this time. Ethan Way, Mason Hannigan side by side, and Vinny Sansone tucked right in behind. White flag in the air. All 4 cars still stacked right on top of one another. Best heat of the night right here, heat number 4. They'll go down the backstretch for the final time and into 3 and 4. When we come out, Royer will win it. Hannigan second, Way third, and Sansone in fourth. And they all cross the finish line within half a second of one another. Great heat race right there. That was some good racing. So, a B main solely for the purpose of final starting positions. It's going to be Lindsay and Jurczyk on the front row, Crawley and Sansone in row 2, Hodge and Terry row 3, and Kruger on the back. All the drivers transferring through. 12 laps. This will give us rows 5 on back. No, 7. Row 7 on back. Excuse me, I miscounted that. Row 7 on back. As the first 6 rows are already locked in. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't forget doubleheader tonight. When this one wraps up, we're going to head straight over to the Netcode Esports Mighty Midget Series. Single feature tonight. They'll wrap up next week with a double. Those drivers going to be at Weedsport tonight. As we're ready for the B main. Green flag in the air. They go through 1 and 2, stacked on top of each other. Everybody giving and taking right here. Crawley and Jurczyk at the front. That time, Crawley had the lead at the line. Oh, down around, bouncing across the tires. Jurczyk not going to make much of a bid for second if he keeps doing that. But Dano Lindsay looking like he wants to be racy. He goes up in the middle to the top shelf there. Works his way around Jurczyk. Now Jurczyk goes to the top, shuts the door on Sansone. Sansone still trying to work around Hodge. Hodge right in on the bottom. You can see the front end on the 80 car, that Nerf bar up there already bent sharply to the right. Good racing. All 7 cars on the same straightaway. That time Sansone got a little squirrely out of 4. He's going to fall from 4th to 7th now. Crawley and Lindsay still 1-2. Halfway home in the B main. Now your top 3 as Jurczyk starts to work his way back into it. Dano Lindsay going for the lead 1 and 2. That was an easy crossover, and he cut between cars. Crawley took it back. Uh-oh. Little contact there, a little more contact there. Will they keep them going straight? Looks like we're going to be okay. Maybe a little suspension damage. Yeah, all that happened right in front of Cody Terry, and he did a great job of avoiding everybody. Here comes a battle for the lead one more time. Lindsay with the slider goes all the way to the top, now cuts the car down, shuts the door, and locks it behind him. Oh, maybe he didn't get it locked as much as I thought, because the battering ram comes and pops the deadbolt right out of there. Going to be a white flag of this time. Lindsay still hanging on to it. Crawley second, Kruger third. Crawley going with the slider. They bang again, nose to tail. Here we go, down into 3 and 4. Lindsay had it, but Crawley crossed him over. Crawley wins the B main. Lindsay second, Kruger, Zurchik, Sansone, Hodge, and then Cody Terry wrapping things up. So we know the guys will take a minute or two to go work the track, get some final adjustments in on the cars. While they're doing that, we need to pay a bill or two. Well, maybe we won't. We will not even take off because they went ahead and advanced the session. I think they're ready to go racing. And I don't think we're going to do anything to jeopardize missing the start of this thing. So let's get down here. Look at our starting lineup. Going to be Denny and Fields on the front row with Lucius and Royer in behind them. Then Ryland Gray and Isaac Source making up row 3. Craig Silby. Mason Hannigan in the 4th row. The 5th row, Darren Anderson and James Tiernan. Our 6th row going to be Alex Straczynski and Ethan Way. Then Darren Anderson and James Tiernan. Wait a minute. Nope. It's going to be Landon Crawley and Dano Lindsay in the 7th row. Rusty Kruger and Zach Zurchik in row 8. And our 9th and final row, Vinny Sansone and Chase Hodge. So 18 drivers into the feature. The only car I don't see the 54 of Cody Terry. So 18 for our feature, 30 laps on the board. Get ready to go green. This time out of turn number 4. Green flag in the air. We're underway. Elite Performance Industries Hoosier Open Wheels Series from Limland Motorsports Park, and Jacob Denny right out to the front. Jumps on the lead. Wade Fields a second. Into lap 1, Trevor Royer was 3rd, and Bryce Lucius was 4th. And Lucius almost lost a car down there in 1 and 2. Really had to get on the binders and check up. Try to save that machine. Now he's 3 wide in the middle. Gray and Soros all over him. Good battle inside the top 6 right here. Oh, Lucius going to get a little sideways. Gets a little help getting it back straight. Oh, up and over. That's Ethan Soares, I think. Yeah. I think Isaac Soares really had a problem over here in 2. Got the right sides up against the fence, and when he comes off, he goes right across the right rear of Ryland Gray. Silby gets a piece of him. Tiernan rolling and flipping. Let's see what happened to Tiernan. This happening right behind. Oh, yeah, he got a piece of Silby as Silby was trying to check up for the car that was in the wall. It really just became a big chain reaction. So I think Tiernan may be done, Crawley may be done, Soros may be done, but it's Denny, Fields, Royer, Lucius, and Gray in the top 5. Silby, Hannigan, Way, Straczynski, Jurczyk, and Kruger through our top 11. Then Anderson, Lindsay, Hodge, and Sansone as we go back to green racing. Looking at Trevor Royer right here through 3 and 4. Sitting in the 3rd spot, trying to chase down Wade Fields. Bryce Lucius down on the bottom of the track, trying to run where they're not, see if he can make something happen there. Ryland Gray up to the top, right behind that. And then Craig Silby in the 6th spot. Way and Hannigan going at it side by side for 7th and 8th. Jurczyk and Straczynski stay on inside the top 10. Straczynski with a little bit of damage on the front of the car. Doesn't look like it's affecting how it's driving very much. Go back to the front. 1 full second now. For Jacob Denny, and he is running away and hiding out to 1.3 seconds. Fields is hanging on in 2nd. Royer looks like he's reeling him in a little bit here, a little bit there, and then Royer promptly goes ahead and flips the car over, and that. And that is going to be the end of Royer's night. Got into the corner. Car did not find any side bite. Jumped up on the wall. Now it's going to come to a slow rollover and get whacked right across the back right there. He may be, unless he has severe suspension damage. It looks like it's laying pretty hard to that left rear, but that may just be the way the car is set up. He is rolling again. So 10 down, 20 to go. Still Denny out front. Fields, Lucius, Gray, Silby, Way, Hannigan, Jurczyk, Straczynski, and Kruger. The top 10 right now. Ready to go green down the front stretch. Jacob Denny on the throttle, middle of 3 and 4.
Green flag.
They'll come streaking by us in turn number 1. Off the restart. With 19 to go and already Denny starting to get away 6/10 of a second. Wade Fields now got his hands full. Bryce Lucius right there in the mix. Running that 32 car down on the bottom, and it's working for him. He's right in the slick, but he seems to be able to do something. In the slick, get the car to go. Ryland Gray right in behind him. Almost running the same exact tire marks. Way and Silby side by side. They almost come together getting down into turn number 1. We're going to be halfway this time by. Jacob Denny out of 4. He sees the crossed flags. Fields 1 1/4 seconds back in second. Then Bryce Lucius just about a half a second behind that. Tiny bit of breathing room back to Ryland Gray, and Gray has no breathing room at all. Silby and Way still side by side, reeling him in. Letting him know they're there, and they're side by side behind that. Jurczyk and Hannigan still going at it. Seems like these two have been going at it since we dropped the green flag, and they are not done going at it yet. It's a battle for 7th and 8th back here, but what a battle it is. This time Hannigan runs the high line, keeps the car out in front, and he's trying to reel in Silby. Silby trying to figure out what the guys in front of him are going to do. Needs a little bit of an opening so he can get the 7 car maybe up inside the top 4 as we have caution again. Is this Straczynski? Alex Scherzinski, the blue car, middle of the screen. Oh, yeah. Yep. He touched the wall right before the turn into 3, and it turned him the wrong way. And so, yeah, he's going to go for a little bit of a ride. And that'll definitely slow our pace. So, with about 10 to go, we'll still be starting single file. Denny, Lucius, Fields, Gray, Way, the top 5. Silby, Hannigan, Jurczyk, Sansone, and Kruger are the top 10. It shows Trevor Royer, but he is in the pits and it has not scored him back to the position where he should be, which I think is about 15th. All right, lights off on the pace truck. Ready to go back to green. 10 laps remaining. Green flag back in the air. Jacob Denny got a great start down in turn number 3. Lucius is going to go around Fields. Now Fields under fire from Gray and Ethan Way. So they're going to go 3 wide out of 4. Wade Fields going to hang on to it at least for the moment. He goes right through the middle. Been running there pretty much all night long. Way now slinks ahead of Gray. Gray crosses him over. Right down against the tires in the infield, hanging the left front over top of him. New contact there as the corner got pinched closed on him. Put Fields up to 3rd. But I don't think Ethan Way is ready to give up. On the spot, Fields gets out of shape, and Wade Fields goes around. A minimal amount of contact there, but Fields was already way sideways on the exit of 2 here. Right there, and Wade tried to sneak by on the bottom, touches his left front, and ends up giving him a little help getting the rest of the way around as he unloaded the car. So, Denny, Lucius Way, the top 3. Then Gray, Hannigan, Silby, Jurczyk, Sansone, Soares, Kruger in the top 10. Only about 14 cars still on the track. Trevor Royer come back out? Trevor Royer did come back out, and he stayed on the lead lap through all this somehow. Fourth caution. Down to about 6 to go. Jacob Denny going to get us started one more time. Ooh, Lucius tried to time it up. Denny kept them held down. He's going to open up a big lead again. Here comes Way off the bottom. Trying to get it pinned down low. Lucius tried to close it off on him. He keeps the spot. Everybody chasing Jacob Denny at the wave lap. That was 5 to go. This will be 4. Lucius goes wide. Way goes down to the bottom. Lucius loses a little bit of grip. Crosses over behind. Slides up in 1 and 2. Ethan Way goes in on the bottom. He's going to grab the spot. Move Way to second. Does he have enough time to close up 9/10? Lucius not giving up on it's going to go in here and really run it hard into 1 and 2. That is not going to be a big problem for Ethan Way as he is going to cross over and keep the spot. 2 to go. Laps clicking off very fast right here. Great battle for your podium spots. Lucius, big run through the slider line. Now he's got the advantage. Oh, gives Way a shot in the back as Way knew what he was going to do. Kept the bottom line closed, coming to the white flag. They're going to go down the backstretch. Jacob Denny's going to come out of turn number 4, and he is going to win this one easy. Ethan Way in second. Bryce Lucius going to come home 3rd tonight. Gray and Hannigan 4th and 5th. So, try to get a chat with our top 3. Give the guys just a minute or two to get in here. All right, Lucius got the car apart. There's Jacob Denny coming into chat. We'll wait and see if Lucius, and there's Ethan. Let's get Bryce Lucius in here. Bryce, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, heck of a run for you tonight. You battled hard there at the end. It looked like momentum was going to be on your side right until the last couple of corners.
Yeah, that's whenever me and Ethan started racing, I just knew that was probably going to be the end because the line I was wanting to run, it just kept on prohibiting it because that's what I wanted to run, that big cut down. I was starting to run and go back by Ethan, but at the end I was just starting to lose it just because I needed a lower gear in the thing.
Yeah, it looked like you were really getting it in there pretty deep, and then when the car was turning and coming down the hill, it just looked like she did not have enough pickup for you. But still a great race on what looked like a very racy track. You guys could move around quite a bit out there tonight, no?
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely 3 grooves. That's what and I was able to make the middle work for a little bit there, and then I started running that line I was running at the end, and then that's whenever I found out I was fastest. But in 1 and 2, I just kept on running the middle.
Well, an awesome run tonight. I'm sure you got a few shout-outs before we let you get out of here.
That's like the shout out all to Wade and all them for putting this on and everything, and then Ryland for helping me out with these cars because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, you know what? Ignorance can be bliss. You get it on the podium, not knowing what you're doing. Hell of a run, man. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll look forward to seeing you back here next week.
Thank you.
Bryce Lucius finishing third tonight. Let's get Ethan. Ethan Hui, you there?
Yep.
Well, all right. We got to turn you up a little bit. You're awfully quiet. Let's crank you up a little bit here. That seems a little bit better. Man, you battled hard there with Bryce Lucius. You come home second tonight. Tell us about the last few laps of the feature for sure.
Yeah, I was just trying to let Bryce do his little slider line because I knew if I blocked him, he would have just ran into me. So, yeah, that's kind of what happened. Ran the bottom the entire race, but Jacob was too fast, so.
Yeah, it looked like there at the end he was going in low, sliding it out high, and trying to come back on the exit low and down in turns 3 and 4. You finally moved down and closed it off just enough. Had he passed you enough times, you thought maybe if you shut it off, might be able to hold the spot for the last couple laps?
Yeah, I knew I had to block that line, and when the white flag came out, I decided to do it then, so it worked out, I guess.
Well, a great run. It's good to see you up on the podium, man. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, I got to thank M9 Performance, Trent Pullman Designs, 129, you guys for broadcasting it, Wade, sorry for wrecking you, and that's it.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing you back in here next week.
Yep, thanks.
Your second place finisher tonight, Ethan Hui. Now let's grab Jacob Denny. And whoops. We messed up already. There he is. Jacob, you there, buddy?
Yep.
Well, man, you made it look easy tonight. You kind of ran away from these guys. Tell us about your feature, as uneventful as it was.
I'll take it that way any day instead of having to run through the field. But I had a challenge there for Bryce there late, and I had to change up my game plan, and was still able to hold them all off.
Awesome run, man. And it looked like I was talking to a couple of the other guys, and they said, I asked them, I said, it looked like you could run just about anywhere. You kind of ran the top all night long. Are you just the most comfortable there, or you just knew that was going to be really fast all night?
My stuff's set up for the top basically most of the time, so anytime there's a cushion and it's good, I'll be up there, and even if it's not good, I'll probably still be up there. So tonight was probably the best night I've ever seen Limland anytime I played iRacing, and had a nice cushion everywhere, and it just fit my car just right.
Well, an awesome run, man. You're picking up the win. Some shout-outs and some thank yous before we let you celebrate on top of the podium.
Yeah. Thank the good Lord and the EPI for all the hot sets.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Your winner tonight, Jacob Denny. All right, let's go and look at our results for the feature. Jenny wins it way in second. Lucius third. Gray fourth. Hannigan fifth. Good runs for all three of those guys there, third, fourth, and fifth. Silby in sixth. Sansone seventh. Kruger eighth. Ninth went to Soros. Jurchik in 10th. 11th was Lindsay. Anderson 12th. Fields 13th. Hodge 14th. Royer 15th. Szerzinski 16th. 17th. Tiernan. And 18th was Crawley. Another great night for the Hoosier Open Wheel Series. It's been fun covering these guys. I'm sure Zach will be back at some point to take this back from me. But these guys have been putting on great shows the last couple weeks for sure. And I didn't go back and watch the first week, but I'm sure that the first race was just as good. So they'll be back next Thursday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Make sure that if you enjoy wingless sprint car racing, you tune in for that. But we are getting ready to get out of here and head over to the Netcode Esports Mighty Midget Series in just a moment. You guys can hang around. Just make sure that you switch when we come back live in a few minutes. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from, if you got a favorite driver over there, or if you just want to harass and see what you get back from the commentator. I'll be over there in just a few minutes. But for Dominic Santina, Zach Krieger, Patrick Coluccio, Cody Olson, and myself, the Dirt Racing Network, we know you guys can watch this stuff anywhere you choose to watch it.